The last one is my favorite. This is like the secret sauce of meditation that can actually open everything up. It really adds power to it. And that is curiosity. And I confess I was kind of late getting to the party with curiosity. So I really want to bring this to your attention early in your career, I hope, of meditation. And that is, somebody tried to teach me about curiosity, but the way it's traditionally taught in meditation is people talk about beginner's mind, about approaching everything as if you're a beginner, as if you're seeing it for the first time. And I'd read the books, and I'd probably even written an essay about beginner's mind, and I could talk about how important it is. And I could judge people very well about people who didn't have beginner's mind. What I wasn't so good at was noticing I didn't really have a beginner's mind. I tended to sort of do breath meditation and go, okay, breath meditation, in, out. Okay, this is pretty boring. I don't know why we do this breath meditation. In, out. Pretty boring. Can't we do a different type of meditation? I think I prefer something else. In, out. Now, the thing is, what I didn't realize is that you can approach anything, including the breath, from this point of the beginner. Or, it was when somebody finally explained to me, use curiosity. And curiosity is like being a young kid, looking at something for the very first time. And you're fascinated, and you move towards it, and you look at all of the details. You don't just look at it and go, oh yeah, it's a breath. Yeah, whatever. Have 8 million breaths a year. Yeah, okay, it's another one. Whatever. Instead, you become fascinated by it. You look at it in detail. Notice the sensation in detail. Notice how far you can feel the sensation of the air. Notice the impulse of the body, these tiny little impulses that get sent, that trigger that breath and trigger the relaxation, that your body knows how much to breathe in. But what I'd really encourage you to do is to notice how curious you can get with your own experience right now. And you sort of say, well, my experience is my experience. But whatever it is, with your breathing, to get really curious, to look closely at it. And what curiosity does is it opens up this possibility of staying in the present moment, of being there for longer, because you're fascinated by it. You're fully engaged in it. And it distracts the mind from wanting to go wherever the mind wants to go. And instead you stay, because you're fascinated. So, one of the great examples often given in meditation is boredom. Because if you sit around doing a lot of meditation, most people at some point, probably you quite a lot, experience boredom. You go, oh, this is boring. I'm just breathing. It's so boring. Can't I do something? So, here's the thing. If you get curious with boredom, actually if you get curious with anything, but if you get curious with boredom, boredom becomes fascinating. Now, you're going to have to experiment with this the next time you get bored. Look at it in detail. Get close to it. Explore it. What is the feeling of boredom? Where in your body do you feel boredom? What is the sensation? What is the energy? And what you discover mostly with boredom is it's not boredom. Boredom is almost never boredom. Not if you're actually sort of present. Boredom's a bunch of different things often. One is you're actually uncomfortable. Your body is in a certain amount of discomfort and you are not enjoying sitting still. So it's not boredom, it's discomfort. You go, oh, no, it's not boredom. I'm uncomfortable. I want to move. So move. Another one is that what's building up is that your mind is telling you relentlessly you've got better things to do than sit here and breathe. You've got all these other things you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be like checking your Facebook post, seeing who liked that thing that you posted about boredom, or whatever it was. You've got all these things. You've got work to do. You've got emails to reply to. You've got all this text to do. You've got to get to the gym. You've got all these things to do. You cannot be sitting here. And it feels like I'm bored. But actually, it's not boredom. It's anxiety and frustration. Building. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And the voice is telling you, this is boring. It's not boring. It's just that you want to be doing something else. There's desire to do something else. So you notice that. Notice the desire. Notice what that feels like. Notice what anxiety feels like. Notice what frustration feels like. Notice what calm and happiness feels like. In the present moment, if you stay fully absorbed and you get very curious about it, it opens up, and all of a sudden you discover that the present moment is actually magical. And that all our time we run around trying to find something interesting to distract us, to fascinate us, to make us happy or excited or something else, is actually everything we want is right in front of us at all times. It's like we just have to take the sunglasses off and you suddenly see, wow, everything's in color in the present moment. But curiosity is the key to making that happen, to suddenly seeing how amazing the present moment is.